This is episode number 14 of the Homeowners Show. Whether you're DIY or looking to hire, we're here to help you find the best information and options for you and your home. My name is Kevin Hackett, and here with me is my friend Craig Williams.
Hello, and welcome to the Homeowners Show. We are so glad that you can join us today for another special episode of the Homeowners Show. If you have not yet done so, go ahead and hit the subscribe button there in iTunes, Stitcher, whatever podcast app you're using to listen to us. I hope you're enjoying that. Also, hit the subscribe button, notification bell there on YouTube. However, we recommend the audio version of us because on the video, Kevin,
we ugly.
We so ugly.
It's bad, man.
But the show's so good, it just makes up for it anyway.
Sure.
So we encourage you to watch it in whatever means you find most enjoyable.
Or listen.
Yeah. But you can put it on mute. I mean, like, there's somebody out there that finds me mildly attractive. Kevin, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah?
It's holiday season. People are rushing around trying to get their last minute gifts purchased and taken care of. I'm sure that the UPS drivers are going crazy right now. So yeah, we're pretty good. Everything's good around my place. How about you?
Yeah, doing pretty good, man. Hey, your comments about last minute shopping reminded me of one of my favorite worst Christmas movies of all time, which would be Jingle All the Way. Are you familiar with that?
Yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yes.
Sinbad?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely. How did that not win the Academy Award for something?
It's beyond me.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have no idea how to rate movies.
They don't know how to rate movies.
Oh, yeah, they
That's
don't.
the problem.
Yeah.
So, in your mind, everyone always talks about the best, and I don't care about the best.
Okay.
We always talk about the best. What's the worst Christmas movie of all time?
The worst Christmas movie of all time.
I'm obviously going with Jingle All the Way. And I say that with all affection for that film. I love it because it's sort of like when it's your ugly dog.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love that dog, but I'm also going to be honest and just tell everyone that it's just ugly. And yeah. So worst holiday film.
Oh, see, I'm going to be hugely unpopular with this answer.
There's nothing like being consistent in life, Kevin.
Hey, some things are just on par, right? So for me, it's A Christmas Story.
I
hate that one.
You're the absolute worst.
And they play it over and over and over and over for 24 hours straight.
Yeah, it's because it's good.
Oh, man.
What don't you like about it?
It's never been a movie that I've thought.
Did you never get a BB gun as a child?
No, I did.
Uh-huh.
I never have watched that and went, this is high quality comedy.
Uh-huh.
I just have never enjoyed it.
Did you relate more to Randy? Is that?
No. I just didn't like it. It's not about relating to any of it.
Oh, I see. You're Scott Farkas. That's what you're bullying good movies.
Okay. You can tell me that all. My favorite Christmas movie is Home Alone.
Uh-huh.
I'm a huge fan of Home Alone. Like, that's high quality comedy in my opinion.
So you're a slapstick guy. I see how it goes. All right.
Yeah, it's good.
At least we're not having like a discussion as to whether or not Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Well, because we all know the answer to that question.
Yeah, we all know stuff. So what are we here for, Kevin?
Well, today we're going
to talk about Christmas movies.
Absolutely not. Although that could be a fun show, but not today. Today we're going to do another product review. It's a product that is becoming a lot more popular these days, I think, partly for its functionality, but also for its affordability. Mm-hmm. And so today we're going to be reviewing the Tile.
Yeah.
And
not like one specific because they have several different kinds, but like just the Tile family.
The family of Tile.
Yes.
Yeah. So and they've got some new ones available right now that
some cool features.
Yeah, some new features that I think a lot of people were asking about hoping to find in a new model. And so, yeah, they've also got a new premium service that we'll talk about as well that I think could be useful for certain situations, for certain people. But yeah, we're going to spend some time just reviewing this and giving everybody some information on what the tile is, what kind of functionality it has, and those sorts of things.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I actually have some tiles that we use for our family. They've been super, super helpful. And we've really enjoyed them as a product. And now that they've come out with these new ones, we actually we bought a new batch of them to replace our old ones. And some of the new features on the new ones are, features looking at the old ones going, yeah, I really wish that had that. And so like these guys have obviously been paying attention to what I want.
Well, yeah, obviously, most people are listening to you specifically saying, what does Craig want?
As all producers of excellent products should.
Well, they apparently...
In my humble opinion.
Yeah. So, I guess eventually we're going to get the finger-wagging Ursula then.
Yes.
It's obviously... It's inevitable.
I sent out several emails, and... of those emails sent, all of them have been viewed.
Yeah, by you?
Well, I wrote them.
Yeah, okay. So back to the tile. So there's multiple models, and originally they came out with the Mate, the Tile Mate, and they also had the Tile Slim, the Tile Sport.
Yeah,
and they still have those, but they've made some updates to them that have been really good. But I guess to begin with, why don't you talk just a little bit about what the tile is for those people that may not even have a clue what we're talking about? What is it? Why do you need it? And how might it be helpful to homeowners?
Yeah, so the tile, and really if you're still rocking the Razor, this is probably not going to be super helpful because you're going to need a smart device to pair this with. But it's essentially a Bluetooth tracker. And it has limited range and different things like that. But what it is for are the items that you have in your home that if you're not a well-organized person, or if they're items that you tend to, misplace, or if you're like me and have a 3-year-old that is gleefully constantly hiding things from you and says, "Where is it, Daddy?"
It's a game.
Yeah, it's fun. The tile is a Bluetooth tracker that will allow you to attach it to these items like your keys, like your purse, a toy, maybe a backpack, or a briefcase. I mean, really, you can attach these things to just about anything. And through your smart device, either an iPad, an iPhone, an Android phone, really any of the smart devices that allow you to download the Tile app, you can, through just a tap of the button on the screen, locate that item. And the way it locates it is it can either, get you close to that item. If you have the sound turned off on the tile, it'll tell you you're within 10 feet of it, you're within 5 feet of it. It's sort of a hot and cold kind of a game. Or the tile itself can be turned on to emit a chirping noise, and allow you to find that item, whether it be your keys, your purse, your briefcase, your backpack, your gym bag, your shoes, whatever.
Yeah.
So very, very cool.
Yeah, and it also works in reverse as well.
Yeah.
So you can tap the button. There's an actual physical button on the tile, and double tap that, and it will help you locate the smart device that it is attached to.
And that smart device, say you have like me, I keep my phone on silent pretty much all the time.
Right.
So I don't get interrupted when I'm doing these wonderful podcasts.
That would be the worst.
Yeah. Just the absolute worst. Just thinking of all the rude people that leave their phones on while doing interviews. Just want to throat punch them. But yeah, so what were we talking about? I got distracted with the anger.
Well, we were talking about the fact that even if your phone or your smart device is on silent, then
Oh yeah, you double tap that button on the tile, and it'll still allow your phone to make a noise. Your phone
Right.
will make a noise because it's interacting with the tile app.
yeah. So the app basically overrides your silent function to play a sound.
Very much the same way. If you're an Apple user, I don't know how it works on Android because I don't use that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's nice.
Whatever.
But if you've ever used the Find My Phone app on another device to find your phone, or if you have like an iWatch, is that what they're called? iWatches?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a function on the iWatch to locate your phone or tablet or something that always overrides the silent mode.
Correct.
So it's the same idea.
Yeah.
Same concept.
So basically, what this device is going to do, it is going to help you locate something that you attach it to. So what you mentioned just a minute ago that you pair it with a smart device. So let's just be generic here and say you're pairing it to your smartphone. So immediately, whenever you unbox this thing, you will connect it to the app, which you can download from the App Store or the Google Play Store. You download the app, and it will immediately find the tile once you press the button.
Right.
It'll find it, it will connect it, and it leads you through a series of questions that basically says, which tile do you have? Is this the Mate? Is this a Slim? Is this the Sport? Is it the Pro? Which one do you have? It will connect it, and then you have the opportunity to name it. And so, for example...
Well, I think actually when you double tap it and you have the app on, it automatically identifies what kind of tile it is.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then you just have to tell it what you're attaching it to.
Okay. Yeah, so you tell it, I'm attaching it to my keys, to a toy, to a purse, whatever that is. And
yeah, I'm actually looking here on their website, and like they have a picture of it being attached to like a multi-tool and to a tennis racket. So I mean, like, the sky's the limit here.
Yeah, really, it depends on what you choose to attach it to, because these things have basically a little eyelet that you can put a zip tie through, or you can put a key ring through.
What are you the most absent-minded about?
Yeah.
Attach it to that.
Yeah. What are you prone to
Please
lose?
don't attach it to your child.
I don't know. I mean, if you're at a Disney theme park, as most people should be, slip it in their pocket.
Hey, Susie, we decided to get your ears pierced.
Maybe not the best use of the tile. It's not as stylish as some earrings.
Yeah, everyone out there, I mean, really, you want to see Kevin get his ears pierced with a tile.
No, you don't.
Somebody out there can make this happen, at least through Photoshop.
Well, maybe through Photoshop. Man, you want to talk about being really ugly. We'd be really ugly at that point.
Hey, man, when you're down, you got to accessorize.
There's only so much you can accessorize this with.
I'm sure your wife would love the ability to find you from time to time.
Well, maybe. Let's not ask her. So yeah, this pretty much anything you want to attach this to, you name it in the app. And what's really cool is then you can tell it, the app itself, I've named it, my keys.
Right.
Okay. So, then you can use, for example, on iOS, which is what you and I both have for iPhone, you can use Siri function and say, Siri, find my keys.
Right.
And all you have to do is speak into your phone at that point, and it'll ring wherever your keys are, so long as you are within range.
Right.
So let's talk about that for a minute.
Well, I mean, just to bounce back for just a second, I mean, like, it's not... yes, it does work with Siri. Absolutely, it does work with Siri, but that also extends out, and so it works with other smart devices too. So, if you're in the iOS family, it's going to work with your HomePod. If you're an Amazon person, it'll work with your Alexa. If you're Google, it'll work with the what is the Google device?
Google Home.
Google Home.
Yeah.
And so, Google Assistant. It'll work with all those things, and so you can tell those things, hey, find my keys. And if that's what you've named that tile piece, it's going to make that tile piece start chirping, and you can go and find it.
Right.
So very, very cool.
Yeah, and to take that on a little bit further, so what I just mentioned distance. So distance is an issue. But what's interesting is if you were out of range and you were trying to locate your device, so let's say your keys. You've left your keys somewhere, you don't know where they are. You're outside of range, which we'll talk about here in just a minute. If someone else with a tile comes within range of your tile, it will alert you to where it is, and not them. Yeah, they don't know.
It
doesn't alert them
off their app.
Absolutely,
yeah.
It is just bouncing off theirs back to you, saying, "Hey, I've located this.
Yeah.
It's here."
Yeah, and all of our fun conspiracy theorist friends are going to just find that super creepy. And
yeah,
I have to admit, it makes me feel a little creepy, but it's a really cool feature.
Yeah, now, if it actually alerted that person that they just passed someone else's device, that would be different. But the fact that it doesn't, they don't even know that it happened.
Yeah.
I find that to be a really smart feature that they added to this.
Yeah, and so I can see this working, and let's run with the Disney analogy. Like, say you dropped your keys at Disney, and it has a tile on it, and you're like trying to locate it, and it's like, no, it's not in range. And another tile user walks by, it's going to bounce off their phone, bounce down to your phone, and like, hey, another tile user just walked by your phone, and this is where it occurred. Walk near there.
Yeah.
And so now you have an idea as to where to go to relocate your item that's missing.
And then you're probably going to be within range. Once you say, hey, they told me that it's in this area, you walk toward that area, you're going to be in range at that point, most likely.
And so I think it's probably a pretty good idea to talk about a little bit the range, because the ranges have changed a little bit with the new updates. But you essentially have three different devices. You have the Pro, the Mate, and then the Slim.
Yeah.
And so the Slim is going to have the least distance and range, and that one can reach up to 100 feet, which is still a pretty good distance. I mean, like, for most people, that's going to be anywhere in your home.
Yeah.
Just about.
Yeah.
And if you have the Mate, that one is going to reach up to 150 feet. And then the Pro, this was really impressive. The Pro will reach up to 300 feet.
Yeah. That's 100 yards. That's a length of a football field.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good distance.
Yeah, and so they've with the updates on these new tiles. I mean, there's aesthetically the Slim is basically the same. The changes have really been made with the Mate and the Pro, and with the Mate, it's just a little bit thicker, a little bit bigger than it was before. The big difference though is with the Pro, and what I really like about this one is before it kind of had like this weird triangle circle hole for where you could put like a key ring through.
Triangle circle? That's what you're going with?
Well, it was like I don't even know how to describe it. It was a weird hole.
It was in a corner.
Yeah,
it was like a little hole in a corner.
It wasn't a circle, but it was like they'd cut out like a thin edge of the circle,
right?
And then it was sort of in a triangle shape.
It was difficult to attach things.
Yeah, these things are square, and so like that's why I'm saying triangle, because it had three sides, but they were like curved.
Sure.
But now it's just a circle, and then the edge is like a beveled piece of metal, and so it's easier to get, because those keychain things are annoying to.
Yeah,
they're worst.
They're hard to get on and off of things.
Right, and so now it's got like a bit of a bevel to it, and so it, you can kind of slide that edge in there like a knife to pry open the keychain ring. The Mate doesn't do that, but it has a ring on it, and so you got to kind of pry it open like you did before and stick the key ring in there. Actually, one of the reviews I watched about it, this guy kept complaining like 5 times he mentioned, and by the way, it didn't come with a key ring. I was like, who doesn't have a key ring?
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you don't have a key ring, why are you buying this thing?
Right.
So,
and they're pretty easy to find.
So quit your whining, YouTube blogger.
Yeah.
Go get yourself a key ring.
Yeah,
Too cheap to get a key ring.
Yeah, so you mentioned a difference in the new models, and they are a little bit different size, but it is minimal. I mean, we're talking like 1 millimeter difference in size, both in the height and width of it. but also the depth of it. How thick it is. Changes just a little bit, but it is so minimal that I don't think anybody would really notice. But there's a reason that they changed the size of it, and there's two primary reasons. The first reason is what a lot of people were giving them feedback on was this device just isn't loud enough. So if I'm using this and I'm trying to locate something, I tell it to play the sound, I can't hear it.
Right.
Especially, if it's, maybe I left my keys on the bed and they got covered up by the covers. It muffled the sound. I couldn't hear it.
Right.
So they increased the decibel level, which means they had to use new hardware in there. So that changed the size a little bit. But probably the biggest thing that they changed was the ability to change the battery.
That was huge.
Yeah, so...
Because these things are, like the original devices, like the ones that we had, they're designed to last a year.
Right at a year, yeah.
And that's pretty accurate. That's about how long ours lasted, and then they just pooped out.
Yeah, and at that point, they're useless.
Yeah.
Throw them away.
That's about all they're good for.
Yeah, so...
Or unless you have a kid that likes taking things apart. Even then, it's going to be a short experiment.
Yeah, it's not going to take long. Yeah, so the great thing is they're pretty common batteries.
Yeah.
The one that's in the Pro is a CR 2032. It's a very common, inexpensive battery to purchase, and you can find those pretty much anywhere. And really easy, just open the compartment, pop out the old battery, pop the new one in, and in the Mate, it uses the CR 1623 or 1632.
Yeah,
it is, and it's just a little bit smaller battery, but you're going to get about a year out of each one of those batteries. So rather than having to just purchase a whole new device, which is just annoying, and you feel like you're wasting money, you can go buy a pretty inexpensive battery, pop the new one in, you're good to go.
Right. And I'm sure the anticipation here is like you're going to buy it, and then they're going to come out with a new one next year, and you're going to have to decide, do I want the battery? Do I want the new one? Here's the cool new features.
Sure.
But like these are, like the main function of them is to find your missing stuff.
Right.
And so for the cost of a battery, you can, instead of having it for a year, you can have it for 2 years.
Right.
Because I forget I don't remember what the Pros cost.
They're like $35.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
Yeah, they're not very expensive.
And I think the only downside to this upgrade is I think it changed the water resistance ability of it to a certain degree. It's still like graded to be so much water resistant. It's just not as water resistant as it was before when they were calling it the Sport.
Yeah, don't submerge it.
Don't take a bath with your tile.
It's just probably a bad idea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so those are a lot of the functionality of what this thing actually is, what it does.
Well, I don't want to say the other ones were actually, they weren't quiet. But these new ones are boasting dBs of over 100.
Yeah, which is high.
These are really high.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think of like, trying to think of, like when you go to like a public speaking event, that's usually hanging out somewhere between like 85 and 90 decibels when you have someone talking through a PA system.
Right.
It's comfortable.
Right.
For like a large crowd. So you're talking about something that can overwhelm that.
Right.
In a small area.
Sure.
So like they're loud.
Yeah.
Which is impressive for the size that they are.
Yeah, and whenever you start thinking about the functionality of I need to find something, the louder the better. Now, one of the cool things is these things become increasingly more powerful with the app. So once you pair it with the app, obviously you can't use this thing without pairing it with the app, but there are settings that you can change and modify inside the app if you want to, kind of get deep into it, including how loud it is.
Right, yeah, so you can change the volume of it.
You can change the volume. If you go, my goodness, that is just way too loud, turn it down.
Yeah.
You know? Or, maybe you're trying to find something at night and you got kids who are asleep and you don't want to wake them up. Just turn the sound down and, there's just options and it makes it a little more functional with that.
Yeah, and like I mentioned before, you can put it on silent as well and sort of play a game of hot and cold with your smart device.
Yeah, I mean, it knows based on, like GPS function where it is.
Right. Or, yeah.
Proximity.
So, but I think that's about all. Is that about all there is with the actual functionality of the device and what it can do?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, basically, what you're looking at here is a device that helps you find something you've misplaced.
Right.
So if it's something that you misplace often, whether it's a favorite toy of your child, your keys, you can slip these things in your wallet. I mean, they're small enough that, if you feel like you're going to lose your wallet, maybe you do misplace it every once in a while. Whatever it is that you misplace, this thing allows you to track it, and that's the primary thing that allows you to do.
Yeah, and like the Slim is really intended to be sort of an inconspicuous piece, and I think my wife is really the one that primarily uses these things, and she typically uses them to find her keys. However, the Slim that she has, she always puts it in her laptop satchel, and it is bigger, like postage stamp wise. It takes up a bigger area flat wise.
Sure.
But it's very, very
thin.
And so it can go into a bag, it can go into these things and be sort of inconspicuous. And that's really what it's for. And so she uses it to locate her laptop because it's always with that bag that laptop goes in.
Right.
So you can put it in like whatever, and it's just not going to take up any space for what it's doing.
Yeah.
And you kind of hide it in a pocket or something like that.
Right.
So I actually really, really like those. I like all of them, but that one to me is really, really cool for just because of the inconspicuous nature of it. I mean, I don't like having extra things on my keys per se, but like that going in a bag, different things that I might misplace that way.
Especially if it's something that's valuable.
Right, or if it, something like that I usually have to grab when I'm in a hurry to get out the door or something like that, and I was like, I don't have time to look for this. So, which is probably a good segue to kind of take us into the premium package that you can buy. And this is like a subscription service through Tile that you can do, which they've sort of upgraded a bit because of the new design with the batteries. So if you sign up for the premium service, one of the big things is they'll automatically ship you replacement batteries for all your Tile devices.
Yeah.
If you're on the premium service, which is kind of cool because I mean, like, even though they're little batteries, I mean, like, you could probably cover the cost of the batteries in, depending on how many Tile devices that you have in a month.
Yeah.
I mean, so like, because I think those batteries cost like $2 or $3.
Yeah, they're not super cheap, but they're not super expensive either. But depending on how many you have, like you said, especially if you've got 5 or 10, it's not a bad deal to be on the subscription for sure.
Yeah, I mean for that alone, I mean, like, and so what they're gonna do is like, when did you buy them, and so they just send them to you like a year later.
Right.
So you don't really have to think about it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so let's just kind of go through and talk about what those features are that you get with the premium service. So this is a subscription. Mm-hmm. This is something that...
so I think it's $3 a month, or you can pay $30 for the whole year right now.
That's exactly right. So $3 a month, $30 for the year. It's save a couple of months there if you pay by year. But that you're getting extended features here that you don't get. Now... Let us say that you don't have to have this premium service to really feel like you got your money's worth out of the Tile.
Right.
However, there are things that the premium service offers, the subscription offers, that can be really valuable if you're losing your things often. So let's just kind of go through what some of those things are.
Well, yeah, so we already talked about free battery replacement, and so like, that's going to be for like all your Tile devices that have the ability to have a replaceable battery. If you have one of the older versions, it's not going to be able to replace the battery for those. So that one, just go ahead. That's an easy one. Battery replacement. So that's actually a physical item. I mean, which I think is pretty cool because like a lot of subscription services don't come with physical items. They usually just come with services.
Sure.
So this is actually pretty neat.
Yeah.
The next one that jumped out to me was unlimited sharing, and this is something that we didn't mention before when we were talking about the function of the tile. But in the app, one of the things that you're allowed to do is to share that device with another person.
One more person.
So with the subscription service, you can share that item with unlimited number of people.
Sure.
Now, that may not sound like a big deal, but like for someone like me who's eventually going to have multiple children driving, and I'm not buying each of them a car. But yes, I will probably. But but as you have children that get to an age where they're going to be borrowing your car, using different cars, and you have a family that has a multiple car situation, every person's different.
Yeah.
And not everyone puts things away where they belong.
No
matter how much. It destroys the soul of your father. So the ability to share this with an unlimited number of people means that, like, within your family, you could give access to like a set of keys.
Right.
And say like, all right, so if this set of keys is missing, clearly Timmy didn't put them away last time, but Johnny can find them because he has access to the app,
right,
and can click find, the keys to the Chevy, and here we go. We're going to go find the keys to the Chevy, and it starts blinking, and then Johnny can find Timmy's shame.
Yeah, that's a long story. But I will say this. Think of it this way. If it's just you and your spouse, this doesn't really matter,
right,
most likely. If you need one other person,
right,
then you can't do that unless you have the premium service. So just 2 other people that you want to share the location with, you have to have the premium service.
Yeah. So I don't know why they make it unlimited. It seems like they really just say like 5.
Yeah, I guess if they said you're going to do it, we're going all in, which I appreciate.
I guess one of the things I can think of, like, I guess if you're an Airbnb kind of person and you have something on the property that, has keys or is a remote or something like that, you have the ability to share that with whoever's staying in your property.
Yeah,
that could be kind of a cool feature if you're an Airbnb or a home away person and you have stuff in that house that you're renting out that you want people to be able to locate. You can share that with them. Say, hey, look, here's Tile app. Here's the item. Click here. It'll tell you where it's at.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
So there you go, real estate people. Great idea for you. No charge.
And obviously they're going to do it now that it was your idea. All right. Well, so the next feature that you get with this premium service is an extended warranty.
Yeah.
So these devices, they come with a 1-year warranty, which is good. I mean, especially whenever you consider that the original devices, they really only lasted a year. So to get a 1-year warranty out of that, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I'm curious. Do you have to keep the premium program for 3 years in order for it to be the extended 3 years, or can you have like the premium service for like a year and then you still get the 3 years? I don't know.
I would assume that you have to keep the service.
Yeah.
I do not know the answer to that question. You're gonna have to find that on your own, people.
Oh, Tyle's going to get some finger wagging Ursula.
But, so instead of a 1-year warranty,
3 years.
As you said, with the premium, you get 3. So it extends it another 2 years by paying for the warranty.
Now, again, this is not applicable to previous models, only new models that have a replaceable battery.
Exactly.
Because otherwise that would be stupid because they're only designed to last a year.
We're not replacing something that was built to only last a certain amount of time.
Yeah. So one of the other features is location history, and so like, and I think the purpose of this one is, say you have an item that you don't use on a day-to-day basis. Like, say maybe you only pick it up every 2 weeks or so. That's just not a regularly used item,
right? And
you can't find it. It's not within range. What the premium service does is make a history of the last known location when you were close to it, and sort of geo-pegs that on a map and says, like, look, between this time and this date, this is the last time that we saw this device and where it was at. And so that gives you a good starting point as to, like, okay, this item is missing. Where do I start the search?
Yeah, and that goes back, that history goes back for a total of 30 days.
Right.
So presumably, every place it's been within the last 30 days, it's going to mark that on the map and give you that data.
Right. And more than likely, if it's in your home, you've been in your home in the last 30 days.
Right.
And so it's probably pinged it.
Sure.
At some point.
Sure.
Yeah, so pretty cool. Pretty cool feature that you get there with that. Smart alerts. This one I actually think is one of the cooler features that you get with Premium. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah, it's a pretty neat deal. In full disclosure, it is in beta form right now, which means it is not at 100% capacity as far as functionality goes. But they are working on it, and it will be a feature that they will have locked down before you know it, and it'll become a feature for everybody who has the Premium service once it's available. But it's in beta right now, so basically, if you set a smart alert up, let's say you have a tile in your wallet, for example, and you set up a smart alert. If you leave your home and you get you get out of range of the tile. So let's say it's a slim model. It's in my wallet. I get 100 feet. If I leave my home, get out of that geofenced area of 100 feet, it's going to send me an alert that says, hey, Kevin, you forgot your wallet. Go back and get it.
Right.
So, and that can be set up on any of your tile devices, but it's just going to send you an alert saying you might want to go back and pick this up.
Yeah. And this reminds me a lot of, we spent a good deal of time talking about like geofencing with the Ecobee.
Right.
And this reminds me a lot of that. I mean, like you can basically set a priority list of items that you don't want to leave the home without, and it'll just let you know, hey, I don't think this is with you.
Yeah, you might want
moron.
Yeah. Yeah. Thankfully, it doesn't say moron.
Maybe we could program that in.
That would be better.
Hey, tile people. Got a little idea for you.
Yeah, so Smart Alerts is just a neat little added opportunity that you have with this device. And so the last thing is, the tile has pretty good customer service as it is. However, with the Premium service, you get your own set of customer service reps that will get you through quicker and get you the information that you need. If you've got a question, customer service has a premium customer care line that with the Premium service you get access to.
Yeah, and this, I got to be honest, this one kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I liked all the other features, but this one was just like, really? So what you're telling me is the regular customer service sucks.
Well, I don't know that it sucks because I've
never had to use it. Let me just say, I've never had to use it, but like that's just how this presents itself to me. Is like,
sure,
premium customer care by paying.
I don't know. What I do like about it is
or you can do it for free, where they're just going to be rude to me.
Well, yeah, I see that point of it, but the way I see it is they're saying, hey, you're paying for something extra. Yeah. We're going to give you something extra. We're going to make you a priority.
Sure. Because
you're paying for something that other people aren't.
I will say this. I mean, like one of the things that it says about the premium customer care is that it's a text line that it adds. Now, it also says that you can, you have a different number or a different access point to get in touch with customer care, but that you can actually text them.
Yeah.
And so, like, if it's something simple, you can be like, hey, the tile's doing this. What do I do here? And they can, shoot you back a link, right. I'm sure, or, refer you to an FAQ. Really quickly.
Sure.
And, probably things that they deal with 60 times a day.
Yeah. The only other thing that I would add about the Premium service is you can start with a free trial for a month. So they're going to give you an opportunity.
So you can kind of test out these.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's
give
nice.
The test run. And, at that point, if it works for you, great. You can either pay for it monthly or by the year or just cancel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna get the free trial and just start up a text conversation with Julie over there.
Just see how it goes.
See how long I can keep her on the line.
Yeah, she's gonna realize
I'm gonna
you're
test
on a free
the
trial.
limits of their premium.
Good luck with that. You're that guy.
And if not, I will post a picture of a finger-wagging Ursula on their Facebook page.
Do you have that GIF loaded and ready to go?
I should.
Yeah.
I need to get that.
Okay.
I really wanted to, like, I wanted Disney to pick up the ball and run with it.
Yeah, maybe they will one day. Your dreams will come true.
They will. It's a song they keep singing there.
Yeah, I don't think that's what they meant.
I don't ask for much.
Well, yes, you do.
Just a GIF.
You ask for more than you realize. Well, so I think that pretty much covers it. Anything else that you can think of that we missed?
I don't know. I feel like with these product segments, that we need to have like a buy or deny section or something.
Yeah.
You gonna go get yourself some tiles there?
We actually have one at home in a box we've never opened.
So now you need a tile to find the tile?
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe my wife knows where it is, but we have one. But after doing some research on it, I don't think she really understood what it is.
Uh-huh.
And so if she's not going to use it, I think I probably
go
will.
over there and
I'll snatch it. She won't ever know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I'll just put it in her purse and make it ring every once in a while and freak her out.
That could be fun too.
Yeah, good.
You need to do that in church sometime.
Yeah, I don't know where my wife is. Oh,
Ding.
there she is.
Aisle 4.
Aisle 4 on the left. Yeah. So if this is something that you already own, we'd love to hear some of your experiences with it. Both positive, negative. Post that somewhere, maybe on our Facebook page. Go write us a note. Send us an email at info@homeownersshow.com and let us know. And maybe if it's something that you're interested in, want more information about, we'll try to help you out as much as possible. Send us an email or get a hold of us, and we'll see what we can do.
Yep. And as always, send us reviews, comments, questions. You can review us on iTunes. You can send us messages on Facebook and Instagram. And by us, I mean Kevin, because I won't respond. You can try and find me.
Good luck.
I'm hanging out there in the ether somewhere.
I'm going to attach a tile to you. We'll find you.
A virtual tile.
As long as we're within 300 feet.
Yeah, if you're within 300 feet, you can probably find me.
Yeah, probably.
I'm crafty, but I'm.
Yeah, you're there.
I'm getting older. Anything else, Kev?
No, I think that's about it. We appreciate everyone listening to us. Tell your friends about us. We will come out with a new show every Tuesday, so be prepared for that. And we will talk to you next time.
See ya.